All right, the Detroit Lions on a bye this week, which comes at the perfect time. I know it's early and it's not ideal, but actually kind of works out just because the Lions were dealing with injuries, but those injury concerns have really turned around. And now you look forward to the Dallas Cowboys, and they have a lot of injuries. So if you look at just the timing of this, the injury luck that the Lions have had this year is really good. And it's more than luck just because of the fact that the Lions are bigger, faster, stronger than any team that we've seen in recent memory. And that, of course, helps with injuries. You're not getting beat up out there. So you saw it with the Seahawks last week. Remember when we played the Seahawks in the past? I just felt like, gee whiz, man. Like they're beating us up. It's physical. This time we looked even more physical. And so if you look at it, this was the injury report last week, and you got Frank Ragnow with a partially torn pec. Perfect. He didn't play last week. He's obviously not playing this week. Gives him 2 full weeks to heal. Shoot, you could even give him another week just because it's such a long season, but Ragnow should be good. Enos Rakestraw, he had this weird thing where he said he was gonna have surgery after the game. He tweeted that, or his Instagram story, but he was actually talking about he just needed a haircut. He had to do surgery on his hair. It's like, dude, don't say that. Don't do that. Brian Branch, you can see here he had a concussion. He was full practice, ready to go. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, or the 3 practice days last week. He was full practice, ready to go, but had an illness. So he'll be back. And he changes our defense, and we know that. Sam Laporta good, Aleem McNeil, Levi, Dan Skipper. So we don't know the injuries that came out of the Seahawks game, but nothing major because we didn't hear of anything. And then they get an extra week to prepare anyway. So all of these guys that you see here should be good to go. So, and again, nobody was like carted off or didn't finish the game last week. So you do have a couple of IR guys. Iffy Melifonwu is one of them. Derek Barnes is another. But outside of that, the Lions have been relatively healthy and have been able to come back from injury really well. So you combine all those things with the bye week, it's really good. Now, combine that with the fact that the Dallas Cowboys are out starters and star players. So Brandon Cooks is one of them. He's going to be out at least this week with an infection, probably more when we play them next week. Micah Parsons and DeMarcus Lawrence have been battling injuries. They can't stop the run anyway, so if the Lions don't have to deal with those two, that's huge. So that's the NFL. You got to capitalize on your breaks, and you got to get some breaks. And the Lions are going to get this, and I was like, oh, let's go. So, there's a tweet about Brandon Cooks. So that's great. So for the first time, like seriously, didn't it? You saw it in 2021 when the Lions when Dan Campbell first took over. Between COVID was still there. COVID and injuries, it was just decimated. Why? Because we weren't big and fast and strong and taking it to teams. Teams were just literally taking it to us, and it was so hard. Next year, a little bit less. Next year, a little bit less. Now this year, the injuries are just, you're going to have injuries, but man, you just want to have it under control. Now, the next thing is, if you kind of look through the first quarter of the season, let me know if you agree with this. We're going to take a look at the MVP of the team and some other awards. And let me know your thoughts on this and see where we're at. So the most valuable player for the Lions through the first 4 weeks, Aiden Hutchinson. Right? I mean, just 4.5 sack performance in week 2. He was named the NFC Defensive Player of the Month. So he's our MVP. I mean, he just looks strong out there. And production, love it. The guy that's just struggling, speaking of just like not doing well, and this comes from the Sideline Report is where I'm getting this from. Who's somebody that just did not impress you this first 4 weeks? Let me know in the comments. James Houston. Yeah, we've all just been like, wait till James Houston gets back, baby. Just wait till this pass specialist gets back out there. No. Brutal. Most improved, Jameson Williams. Love that. And that's so true. I mean, he was doing exactly what we'd hoped, right? Just ascending in the perfect time. And now he is just taking off. Big plays. Everything we dreamed of, he's doing it. Jameson Williams, love it. So far, Williams has paid off for the season hype. He's got a team high, almost 300 yards, averaging 22 yards per catch, second best in the league. Through 4 weeks this season, he's the only player with at least 3 50-plus yard receptions. Exactly. Let's go. Let's talk rookie of the year so far. Now, this is a little interesting because we're counting on one rookie really hard in Terrion Arnold. Rakestraw hasn't really played much. Sion Vaki hasn't played. Giovanni Manu hasn't played. Makai Wingo has played 73 defensive snaps so far, 3 tackles, a quarterback hit. Mahogany hasn't played. So it's like, man, we need some more production. However, we're getting production from one guy, and that's Terrion Arnold, and we've got a lot of opinions on him just because he's played a lot, played good, but had a lot of penalties. I'm not concerned about the penalties. I love the fact that he's right there battling, shows that he can hang in this league, no problem, and those are correctable. So he's already better than Jeff Okudah, right? Or in 3 games, you're like, he's got it. Remember Jeff Okudah? It's like, I don't know. And again, Jeff Okudah was in a weird system, bad coach. It was just like, oh, this is terrible. No, Terrion Arnold's all there. Love it. So I think he'll be just fine. Now, best newcomer. Now, this is between DJ Reader, Carlton Davis, Amik Robertson, Marcus Davenport, some of these big names that we brought in. I think it's clearly Carlton Davis through week 4. Again, penalty thing, but I don't know. I'm not really worried about it. He's there. He's playing hard. I love that he's so physical. It's what we want. It's what we're doing. It'd be one thing if it's like, what are you doing, man? We're playing zone. Why are you so physical? It's like, no, we're playing man-to-man. Get up in there. That's what we're talking about. Amik Robertson, he has about 1 play a game that's just brutal. The rest it's awesome. Marcus Davenport is obviously injured. DJ Reader just hasn't gotten it going just yet, but that's by design. We're kind of saving him back. He'll be ready to go. So love to see that. Another guy that I think, though, newcomer-wise is Tim Patrick, who, man, you want to talk about a big-time addition and somebody that we need. This is what he said after the game. He said, it feels good. I know what I'm capable of. I'm just going to keep taking it one day at a time, be thankful for this opportunity because they didn't have to sign me, but they did, and they're giving me opportunity, so I'm going to make sure I make the best of it. He only had 11 routes on Monday, but showed improved chemistry. He had a 23-yard catch. The second was a 29 deep shot in the fourth quarter, the Sparks' final touchdown. He said, obviously, we're not perfect, but we're leaning on each other each and every day. That's what we practice. We practice to get it right. When we get it right, it's time to go. It's going to be beautiful. We've all just really accepted the fact that the Josh Reynolds position is very important and that we miss Josh Reynolds and that he fit it perfectly. And we hate to see him go, but he did go. So who's going to fill that? What if Tim Patrick can? He's big. He's got the size. Fits into the offense. Could be perfect. I think he is going to settle in. That changes everything. So let me know your thoughts in the comments. If you're new, make sure you subscribe. Going for 25,000 subs. If you've watched a few videos, just hit that subscribe button. Just means you're going to be shown videos that we put out. Let me know your thoughts, and we'll see all of you on the next one.